I want to talk to you this morning, the miraculous power of Jesus over disease. Last Sunday I talked about the miraculous power over demons. This Sunday I want to talk to you about the miraculous power of Jesus over disease. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Once again, my brothers and sisters, we find ourselves in the 5th chapter of Mark's Gospel. It is filled with what I would say impossible cases. It is often, this chapter has been often referred as a home of the hopeless. When you read Mark chapter 5, there's a lot of hopeless cases that are in this chapter. And here Jesus has already demonstrated his power on last week over demons with the man who were in the tomb, vexed by demons, better known that he says legion, me, we are many. And now Jesus is showing that not only does he has power over demons, but he has power over disease. And brothers and sisters, I would have to stop there because, brothers and sisters, if you would notice that most people in this room, statistics says that some person in this room or somebody in this room, no matter, I don't know what the number is, will die from a disease, or some disease will plague you. And you know, when you look around, there are so many hosts of disease. There are so many diseases. When you look at CDC and look at all the things, that there are some disease that has cure, and then there are other diseases that have no cure. There is no cure at all so far in the laboratory on earth, but in the laboratory of heaven, Jesus has power over disease. So if you're sitting here this morning and wondering what is a disease is actually, when you look at the word disease is dis-ease. Dis-ease. Meaning, what I mean about dis-ease, meaning something is foreign that's in your body. Dis-ease, meaning not well, foreign problems to the natural flesh. Dis-ease, meaning that something in your body that's causing disorder. That's causing disorder. But Jesus has power over dis-ease. There may be somebody here today that may have a disease, and there may be those that are here today who say, I don't have a disease, but you may have something that's dis-ease you. Which means that there are some of you all in here have some stuff that's eating you. Not what you eating, but what's eating you. It's causing a dis-ease. So he's not only has power over disease, but he's got power over whatever dis-ease you. Are you listening? Regardless of how difficult it may be. Regardless if that says there is no cure for it. No matter how much people says that you may have to die for. Regardless of what others may say, regardless of what others may do, or regardless of what others may think, that there is a healer. And his name is Jesus. He showed you that if I can handle demons, I sure can handle disease. If I can make demons get so upset that they jump off into swines and go down an embankment, I run demons out of your house, I surely can run it out, disease out your body. I ought to have somebody in here today that's sick, need to hear me today, that you need to know that he is a cancellation. He specializes, and I just heard that song just a minute ago, that God specializes, and he is a mighty good specialist. So if you don't know it, can I give you a referral? if you sitting here today and your doctor can't do nothing for you? Can I give you a referral? I wish I could get 2 more people. If your doctor just taking your money and ain't doing you no good, and you sitting here with your head down, can I offer you a physician that I know that's got miraculous, supernatural power that can show up in a graveyard, set a man free, and now he can deal with disease? I dare you to grab somebody and tell them the miraculous power. Come on, I need somebody to just talk to your neighbor right now, because they sitting here, they boasting about that they don't have a disease, but they got some disease. Ask your neighbor, do you know him today? Regardless of what happens, I believe this morning, and I want to just stop here this morning and emphatically to let you know that there are 3 people that's in the world, 3 kinds. Some that tries to deny the miraculous, and then that there's others who try to dilute the miraculous. But I'm in this group. I come here to defend the miraculous. I just believe that right now he is a healer. Can I go on and work this out this morning? Because I need to get into this text, because it's just quickly unraveling in my mind. Because notice, number 1 is that I want you all to write down the horror she endured. Let's look at the horror that this woman endured, because check it out. The Bible says something about the horror that she endured. I want everybody to say that with me, the horror that she endured. Look at it. This woman, look at the horror that she endured. 3 things that I want to talk to you about the horror that she endured, and I'll move on. First of all, I want you to see her difficult symptoms. Look at her difficult symptoms. Verse 25 says, and a certain woman, let's read it together, and a certain woman, underline the word certain, and a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years. Brothers and sisters, look at the horror she endured. Look at the horror she endured. Her difficult symptoms was that she's this unknown woman, unnamed woman. The woman right now is not referred as a name at this particular time, but she is known by the woman with the issue of blood. You know her. You've read about her. We're told that she had suffered an issue of blood. Whatever it was, no one can very well pinpoint what was her issue, what the issue was, what was the hemorrhaging, what was the flow of blood. But all I know that she had a horrifying situation. Look at the horror that she had to endure day in and day out. Brothers and sisters, the difficulties of her symptoms, not only do I see the difficulties of her symptoms, can I show you right now the despair of her suffering. Look at the despair of her suffering. I don't want you all to miss this, because once you see the difficulties of her symptoms, look at the despair of her suffering, because let's read verse 26. And had suffered many, come on, read it with me, and suffered many of many things, of many physicians, and had spent all that she had. Look at the despair of her suffering. I want you to see that we see the description of what was going on. But then not only do we see the description, but look at the disgrace. And look at not only the description and the disgrace, but look at the duration. And then not only she goes not only from a disgrace and the duration, but look at her decline. Her decline left her depleted, but thank God that something happened. But notice, before something ever happened, she not only we see the description and the disgrace and the duration and the decline and the depleted, but she had many doctors that couldn't do her no good. Let me just work it out for just a moment. Can I go on and preach this for just a moment? Work it out, Pastor. Work it out. Work it out.